will survive and who will die in Avengers Doomsday. And then also, I want to go over some of the moments that I'm wanting to see in Avengers Doomsday. Uh, the characters that I'm pretty sure are going to die, or it would make sense for them to die in Avengers Doomsday. So I think mainly a lot of the older characters that have been in the MCU for a while, um, like Hulk and Thor, maybe Hawkeye, I'm not sure. And then if we see Steve Rogers, Captain America, or Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man come back, all those characters I'm pretty sure will either die or will end up back in their universes before the end of the movie, because I feel like that's sort of a send off. And for the ones that didn't get proper send offs yet, like Hulk and Thor, um, and pretty much any characters that they didn't like the Eternals, or like a lot of people didn't really respond to. So I think a lot of those, either characters that are like towards the end of their contracts or have been in the MCU for a while and are ready to get out, or just characters that come from movies that the people don't really care for that much, like Eternals and maybe a few others. Um, I think like Sebastian Stan, Thunderbolts. I don't know. Maybe Sebastian Stan, because he's been in the MCU for a while, he'll get killed off. But maybe Yelena and Red Guardian, they might still survive past that movie. Or who knows? Maybe nobody survives and it just resets the whole thing. Well, I guess some of them would have to survive at least until Secret Wars, so that we have somebody to follow in that. Um, but yeah, let's see. Sam Wilson's Captain America. That's a tough one. I feel like he might survive just because he just now became Captain America, even though he has been in the MCU for a while. I feel like he'll probably survive this movie and Secret Wars, possibly. Fantastic Four will definitely survive because we just got them. I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping. So, some of the characters and some of the moments that I'm hoping to see, I hope we see Moon Knight. Moon Knight was pretty cool. We haven't really heard anything more about him. I would like to see like a street level part of Doomsday, to have sort of like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Thunderbolts, all of them, have them as like a street level group. So that would be pretty cool. Hope we see that and how it's affecting like just the everyday civilians. And as far as moments go, I think we'll get a Loki and Thor reunion and a proper send off for both of those characters, which I'm pretty excited for. And then I think there will be a moment between Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Robert Downey's Doom. That will be pretty interesting. Let's see, what else here? Oh, I'd really like to see. Goodness gracious, like a regular Iron Man of Tony Stark meet the Doctor Doom or well, I don't know if it's a variant or not, but that version, I guess, that would be pretty neat just to see sort of the different personalities between the two. Yeah, and I would like to just see sort of like a bunch of different, um, like I think we're getting Hydra Cap or Hydra Captain America. So it'd be cool to sort of see like the evil or bad versions of each character sort of fighting themselves would be sort of a neat thing. And then obviously we're going to see some of the X-Men from the 2000s movies. Hopefully we see, what would be cool is not only we see the ones from the 2000s movies, but we see some from like the first class versions of them. Since we're doing a bunch of variants, we could see that. That would be really cool. Whether it's in Doomsday or Secret Wars would be really cool. Yeah, I really want to just, I want them either in Doomsday or Secret Wars to have like every Marvel movie character that's ever existed. Like have the 90s Fantastic Four characters in there with the new Fantastic Four and all the iterations. Even if it's just like a big wide shot of like a bunch of different variants or a bunch of different characters. We don't necessarily have to like go deep into like what those characters are doing or anything like that, but just to have them there and maybe like a big epic battle or something, sort of like they did at the end of Endgame, would be really cool. Like at the end of Endgame, we had all those characters except for have all the different variants and stuff would be really cool. Like we don't have to necessarily see a moment with every single character, but to have every single character from every Marvel movie that's ever been made would be extremely awesome. And I feel like this is like the best time to do that with the variants and everything. And then you can sort of start over, or at least not completely start over, but have a new beginning. So that would be pretty cool. What do you guys think? Who do you think will survive Avengers Doomsday and possibly Secret Wars? Who do you think will die in Doomsday or Secret Wars? And what are some like major moments or characters that you would like to see in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars? Yeah, so I'm pretty excited, especially for them bringing back the 2000s X-Men. I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, and I hope we just see as many Marvel movie characters as possible. But I don't necessarily need a moment or like a character arc with every one of them necessarily. Just like a few, like just take a few of like the major characters and maybe have them have an arc, but the other ones can just be sort of background characters for a final battle or something like that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So I think probably Doomsday we will have quite a few characters killed off, but we'll have sort of like they did in Infinity War and then Endgame. Like you had Infinity War, and then the snap happened at the end, which cleared out a majority of the other characters, and we just had like sort of the main Avengers. I feel like that's sort of going to be the same thing they're going to do for Doomsday and Secret Wars. So like in Doomsday, we're going to have, the original X-Men, the Avengers that are, whoever they call the Avengers, and all the characters that we have in several different groups. And then something's going to happen at the end of Doomsday that wipes out probably like a majority of those characters. Maybe we just have a few characters from each group now that makes one smaller group, or something like that. And then the smaller group gets transplanted into Battle World, and we follow that group through Battle World and through Secret Wars, or something like that. And then we see even more variants at the final battle. Something like that would be really, really cool. Yeah. So once again, let me know what you guys think of all this in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. and let me know what you want me to make some more videos of in the future. All right, thank you guys.